It's common knowledge there aren't enough organs for all the patients in need of transplant surgery in this province and across the country. Public education results in some success, but it comes at a cost.
Yes, case in point, George Marcello, the recipient of 2 liver transplants, who for the last 10 years has been tirelessly promoting organ donation. Now that's put his financial future in jeopardy, and he's looking to Queen's Park to come through with some much-needed funds so he doesn't end up losing his home. Meanwhile, a number of legislative proposals designed to free up more organs, died when the election was called. One of them, a controversial plan by NDP House Leader Peter Kormos, placing reverse onus on people who actually don't want to donate their organs.
And Messrs. Kormos and Marcello join us now at Queen's Park. George, let's start with you. What kind of support are you seeking from the taxpayers of the province of Ontario?
Well, I've invested $60,000 as a result of mortgaging my house to do the campaign, the SOS campaign from St. John's to Mississauga for the last 5 months. And it's probably going to cost another $50,000 to complete the campaign from Hamilton to actually Iqaluit, Nunavut. And I'm hoping we could get funding for that, and it'll be a total of about $100,000.
You've spent, you're talking about out of your own pocket over $100,000. You've mortgaged your home.
Mark,
some people will call you crazy. I mean, George, as if it's not bad enough that you've had 2 liver transplants. You're spending all this of your own money. I mean, some people might think you're really going over the top with this.
I know, but you know what, Mark? We are so close in solving this crisis. It's like every day I wake up, we're one day closer, you know, and if you were with me on the road, Mark, and you've seen all these students that are putting their heart and their passion as they're carrying the torch, and to know that there's over 100 students waiting to carry this torch, I don't know, Mark, maybe you would do the same thing. I don't know.
It's a noble cause, but Peter, ultimately, it must be left to the politicians, such as yourself, to try and do something so that there are more organs available. Do you intend to reintroduce your bill calling for the harvesting of organs unless people have significantly designated some kind of written objection?
No, I intend to reintroduce legislation once again that is going to radically transform the culture around organ donation. Right now we have a presumed denial. People are presumed not to want their organs to be used. I say that's very un-Ontarian, very un-Canadian. And I'm going to be introducing legislation to provoke more debate. Look, George Marcello has been crisscrossing this country for a decade now, selflessly, with great passion. That Canada doesn't have a stronger advocate out there on the ground for organ donation. He's done a tremendous job. And I think it warrants our support.
He should be commended for that, but I want to get back to the bill. Are you going to, in fact, ask again for what, in effect, is a reverse onus?
I'm going to be introducing legislation yet once again that is going to dramatically shift the perspective around organ donation, that is going to acknowledge the presumption that Canadians want their organs to be used and don't want for a medical team or health professionals to have artificial hurdles put before them at a time where speed is of the essence.
I guess that's a diplomatic way of saying yes, and I'll take it as such. But in that case, if a reverse onus in the case of, let's say, tax assessment is wrong, and we all, concede that it is wrong, why is a reverse onus in organ donation right?
Look, when I die, I got a 94 Chev pickup and a whole bunch of organs. I have no use for any of them. Come and get them. Tax assessment is a totally different thing. We're talking about things for which you no longer have any use whatsoever. Those organs are dead weight for the pallbearers. I'm saying let's get rid of the artificial barriers to health teams and medical professionals who have to look for documents, look for consent before they can retrieve an organ, use an organ to save another life from a person who has no use for it whatsoever. He's dead.
George, what's your opinion on, well, Peter introduced this private member's bill and sounds to me like he may reintroduce it. What are your feelings on it?
Well, as everybody knows, I've been advocating this now for the past 10 years, and those are my personal opinion. It's not representing our campaign as a whole. I'm not asking these students that are carrying the torch to advocate that. They're making up their own minds. But my personal opinion that it's long overdue. Britain is now probably going to be introducing it very shortly, and it's the first Anglo-Saxon country that's going to be doing that. I'm sure once it goes into law there, it'll have a big effect here on Canada. And I think everybody's going to start realizing that the time has come for this, you know, especially if you were in Montreal with me, Mark, and you've seen the 2-year-old girl right now as we speak, Zoe Bernard. She's waiting for a heart transplant, and she's fighting every day to just survive every day. And if this presumed consent was intact already, I bet you she would have received her heart by now. So that's really the story.
Well, let's bring up perhaps another option, something we came across today. The state legislature in Vermont, as a matter of fact, is looking at the option of paying people. In other words, they would not have to pay for their driver's license if they sign on the dotted line for life. I mean, talk about a real financial impact on it. I think a lot of people would take that. It may sound gruesome, but yeah, you're getting paid for your organs. But wouldn't that perhaps do more than a reverse onus?
You're not getting paid for an organ. You're getting paid to exercise the choice that even I acknowledge has to exist. We don't even have that in the province of Ontario. The government had an opportunity to adopt a regime whereby people would be required to indicate yes or no on a driver's license. They turned that down. That was the Frank Cleese bill. Vermont demonstrates that there are some meaningful things that can be done right here and now with zero cost and without there being any need for any protracted debate. I still insist that we've got to radically change the culture around organ donation, and we're going to do that by debating concepts like presumed intent.
Here you have a problem, though. There were meetings that were held in order to deal with your proposal. They couldn't draw flies. I mean, people didn't want to go and talk about it. Don't you think maybe the public just can't warm up to the idea of that proposal of reverse onus?
No, that blue ribbon panel set up by Mr. McGuinty was going to discuss the broad range of organ donation. Obviously, it wasn't well promoted. It wasn't well undertaken. It wasn't reaching out there to the community. I go with George Marcello to a high school, and I see him reaching out to hundreds and thousands of kids at a time who respond very positively. Why that high-priced blue ribbon panel couldn't do that beats me.
All right, George, you've got the torch runs going through Hamilton tomorrow. Tell us something about it. How can we help?
Okay, we're going to show that Hamilton kids are tough, snowstorm or no snowstorm.
Attaboy.
Adrian Bradley from Sir John A. Macdonald will be there ready to carry the torch at 12 noon at the fountain at James and King. He's going to get an excellent escort from Hamilton's finest, and we're going to have MPP Andrea Horvath there, and MP David Christofferson, and the mayor and chief of police. They're all going to be there.
Outstanding.
And let's show what Hamilton can do, even if there is a snowstorm. We're going to carry that torch.
Snow never stopped us before. 12 noon at James and King tomorrow. George, best of luck as always. George Marcello.
Thank you, Mark.
And Peter
Thank you,
Cormos, thank you as well.
Lawrence.
Pleasure.
Bye-bye.